In this video, I'm going to show you how to pass data using prepareForSegue. We'll start by creating a new project. We'll select a single view application, name it, and click Create. Next, we'll delete our existing view controller and clear out our storyboard. Now let's drag a navigation controller out. I'm going to set mine to an iPhone 6 size just to save some room. I'll make sure that I've got my navigation controller set to isInitialViewController. While I'm at it, I'll set the prototype cell's identifier to cell and the style to basic so we have access to our label. Now I'll create a new table view controller and I'll name it firstViewController. And I'll go ahead and assign the new class in my storyboard. Next, I'll add a view controller to my storyboard and set its size to iPhone 6. I'll set up a segue and name it SendDataSegue so we can address it programmatically. Now we need a view controller file. And I'll set its name to secondViewController and I'll set it as my class back in my storyboard for my second view. We'll need a label to display our segued data. I'll give it a few simple constraints, and I'll create an outlet for this label named viaSegueLabel. I'll also create a variable which will act as my receiver called viaSegue. Then in my view controller, I'll assign my receiver variable to my outlet label like this. Back in my first table view controller, we'll set number of sections in table view to 1 and number of rows in section to 10. To make things quicker, I'll paste in the next few methods and briefly explain them. We'll start with our table view's cellForRow@IndexPath method. This method handles the queuing and dequeuing of cells from memory. Notice that I've used my reuse identifier that I declared earlier. What this method does is it creates a cell for each row with a text label that says "Hello from cell" and then a number. The next method is the prepareForSegue method, which does just what it says it does. In this method, I conditionally check for the segue identifier that I declared earlier. Then I attempt to create a destination view controller with the type of secondViewController. This will give me access to the receiver's variable I declared earlier. I'll go ahead and assign it to the value of my selected row's label. Finally, I'll add didSelectRow@IndexPath, which is another table view method. This method simply segues me to the selected cell's view. I'll build it and I'll run, and you'll see everything works as to be expected.